Hello, my name is Mariah and I am a Reiki practitioner, energy healer, and lover of love, lover of all of the amazing spiritual gifts that we have and that we get to unlock in this lifetime is so amazing. And a part of that is DNA. Sorry, I need to have the door open and there's construction outside, but my kitty likes to come in and out. So sorry if it's a little noisy. But a big part of unlocking why we're here right now during this time is very important, is our DNA. And also, sorry, because I have the door open, there's a plant that I'm allergic to back there. So I might be a little bit sniffy, but I'm gonna do this because it's really, really good, powerful information. And it's really easy to do too, you know, like something that I keep coming across that I want to keep sharing is that there's like all these little secrets about life and about the magic of life and about how we can access it, and all these like secret societies that do the same stuff. And I hate secrets. Like tell everybody so that everybody can benefit. And that's why I really love to share information that I know, information that gets downloaded to me. For the most part, it's like I asked a while ago to live my highest purpose, and since then I've been led on certain paths to research certain things, and I found that they've all flowed together and they've all been you know, a part of my purpose, part of my perfect self-expression. And I just want to touch a little bit on why I think the term perfect self-expression is better than purpose, because purpose makes us think that, you know, we have to do some grand thing in order to be viable here, that, you know, if we don't do this big thing, then we didn't live our purpose and we wasted our life. And you know, and most people will think that their purpose is to be like the most famous person in the world for some special talent, and like obviously that happens to some people, but that is their perfect self-expression. And your perfect self-expression is your purpose, but just the wording of perfect self-expression is just, it kind of tease it over a little bit to your authenticity is the reason for you being here, and everything that's you is your purpose. Because when you access the fullness of you by unlocking your DNA, you get to access your past lives, you get to access your soul family, you get to access opportunities that are right for you. Like the point of unlocking your DNA is to unlock the remembrance of the real you and to bring it into this physical reality, into this physical lifetime where we are right now. No matter what, if you're watching this video and you're a starseed and you wish you were somewhere else, well, sorry, you're here. And I say that because I felt the same way. I felt like I need to be like on some other planet in order to be happy, because this is not it. And you know, when I started to do more work like that, and in my resistance for feeling like I belonged here, I started to unlock the reasons why I felt like I didn't belong. And a lot of that came from consciously working with my DNA. Because the reasons that you feel like you don't belong here are what you are meant to bring into this lifetime, and to bring that signature to now, to Gaia now, to Gaia Sophia now, as we go through this ascension. And ascension literally just means this next stage of consciousness, this next age, you know, like how back in ancient times, ancient Egypt, you know, at certain points was thriving, and it had to do with the cosmos and the times and the way the earth moves and the way the galaxy moves and all this, like it's just like tick, 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 clockwork. And you know, we go through really good ages and we go through darker ages, and we go through, they're called golden ages, and silver and bronze, I believe. So we're leaving, I think, bronze to silver back into gold. And so we're still in that in-between phase, and we are so important for that, because we are the ones, through our bodies, by unlocking our DNA, unlocking our memory, unlocking our cell codes, we are the ones who remember those past lives, past golden ages on this planet or otherwise, and we get to use that information and bring it to right now, to the golden age of Gaia. And I know that the golden age of Gaia sounds so cliche and so cheesy, but it is just the term that keeps coming to me, and she keeps being like, listen, it's the golden age of Gaia, girl. You got to be your golden self. And we do that by stopping to identify so much with our not our physicalness, because our physicalness is important, but identifying with how things look in our reality. You know, we have the power to change that, and we have the power to upgrade ourselves. We have the power to change our reality. We have so much power, because if you haven't watched, I just made a video about how everything in reality is programmable, because we are in Sophia's dream. So we're all like her dream stuff, which means that we get to play and program it all, because it's all her brain. If you haven't watched the home story and my last video about the hologram, I would watch those two, because that gives you context for what I just said, if that makes no sense, because it's kind of crazy. But anyways, the point of this video is unlocking your DNA. So I just want to share a couple of things about your DNA that make it super, super important. And the first thing is that your DNA is, they could not invent a memory stick that could hold as much memory as your DNA can. And 1 gram of DNA, I have some notes here because I want to make sure I get some stuff in here. 1 gram of DNA is 1 million terabytes of data. And I put in my Instagram post how many gigabytes that is, but I don't even know what freaking number that is, to be honest. It's a bunch of zeros. And that's 1 gram. Okay, so I'm not even talking about your whole body. I'm talking about 1 single gram of DNA that is in every part of you. 1 single gram can hold 1 million terabytes of information, of data, of binary ones and zeros, which is what we use for computers. We use it for, you know, we use data like that. And it has been done, and people do it in labs and stuff like that. For now, I guess. I'm not sure what goes on that we don't know about, but to upload copies, like somebody did like millions of copies of a digital book to a gram of DNA, and you upload it, it stays there, and then you can download it later when you want it again. Like, DNA is literally a memory stick that is more powerful than anybody could invent or create. And that is a huge thing that we tend to overlook, and something I want to talk about perhaps in another video, is how incredible our own technology already is. We don't need AI. We don't need chips in our hand to like pay for stuff. We don't need all these like virtual realities. All of this stuff is archontic, and it is designed to separate us from our own technology that already exists within us and is free. That's why they don't want us to use it, because it's free, because you can't make money off this stuff if everybody's activated. Ugh, that drives me crazy. But that is why I want to share information like this, and keep sharing like all the stuff that I know and that I'm able to hold, because for some reason I'm able to hold a lot of information and I can translate it in a way that is approachable and applicable, and I really like that about myself, because I get to explain things to people in a way that is like, whoa, I've never heard it like that before, that makes so much sense. And that is just what I love to do so much. I love to help people make sense of these like things that are actually useful. So yes, your DNA can hold so much information. So why does it hold so much information? It holds so much information because it stores all of your past life information, all of your, which is like, I don't know how many past lives each person has, but I know it's in the thousands, of Earth, of other planets, of, you know, everything. It stores your information before you're born. It stores everything. It is your Akashic records. Like, that's how it gets stored in your body. Each body is a living library, literally. I used to hear this before and it didn't make sense to me, but literally a living library of all of the information of the universe, and specifically about your soul, and your soul's information is all in your DNA. So when you choose to come here, like before birth, you choose specific parents that have specific DNA codes so that your soul can get into that DNA already, and your soul comes with its own blueprint for activating DNA and bridging it to your crystalline DNA. So your DNA, if you haven't looked at it before, it is, and like paid attention to it, observation theory, double slit experiment, if you haven't watched those videos, definitely look into those things. It is carbon. So that's just because we are carbon, right? Like, we're pretty dense. We're like, and this is the shift from this density into something much lighter. You may have heard of light bodies or something like that. That's the shift that we're doing. And I have seen people in their light bodies, and it is like the most glorious, beautiful, perfect light hologram of a perfect person, and it's so shiny and sparkly and amazing. And that is where we're going. Okay, this is who you can access this in meditation, and then the more that you do this kind of work, literally, like, the more shiny you will become, because it starts to take place in your physical body. So you have this carbon-based DNA, okay? It is storing everything that you need to know, like more than you think, and but your higher self, oversoul in a way, has the crystalline DNA counterpart. Either it's different for each person how you see it. I've seen it both ways, so I believe that it's both. Is that it's inside of the carbon, so you pay attention to it and the carbon just kind of falls off. But also, you will have like DNA codes that can kind of go on top of your existing DNA and this divine DNA, and then you can bridge the two. So if you've never read the Sophia Code, it's an amazing book, and there's some really good information on that in there. But your DNA, if you haven't done this kind of work before, will seem kind of like, when I first looked at my DNA, it kind of looked like cement, but it was like it had a cement outer shell. And then as soon as I gave my attention to it, which is, you know, your attention activates everything. If that doesn't make sense, look up the double slit experiment, because that is like the information that you need and of your power. And then it's kind of like this casing falls off, and then underneath you can see your light crystalline DNA, and it looks like crystal, it looks like light, it looks like a sparkly shiny strand of DNA, because that's how it should be. But you know, we come into these bodies, these carbon-based bodies, and it's like it just places a little carbon casing on everything, and all that's needed to get rid of that is to look at the carbon casing and be like, okay, this is here, now let's see what's underneath. I'm just checking my notes. Yeah, so as I was saying in some of my other videos, when you take all of the matter that each person is, like actually, because we are mostly just moving electrons and, you know, atoms and stuff like that, really, really tiny parts, and then in between is air. So when you take a human and you actually like compress everything that makes a human up, it's like the size of like a teaspoon or something like that. Maybe even smaller. And so what that means is that we are these holograms, okay? Like we are the hologram, we are Sophia holy holograms, and information is stored in our soul over lifetimes, which is why we carry the same information in our DNA through lifetimes, because it's our DNA, and it's our soul imprinting onto that DNA to give us the right information. And it's all us, and it's not the same stuff over and over again, but it's your soul. So it's like your same passions, you have past lives with the same people, that's why they feel so familiar, and the same things that you do, that's why you can find something random in this lifetime and you're like either super good at it or super passionate about it, and it feels like it's something that you should already know, and it's because you do know it and you've learned it in a past lifetime and you're bringing that forward now. And the more that you unlock your DNA, and the more that you just kind of reveal the crystalline aspect of it, the more you know yourself. And that is the point. That is always the point, is to know yourself more. Think of the Greeks, think of the Egyptians. Every temple was like, know thyself. And don't remember what temple this was on, but one of the ancient Greek temples says, we will keep building temples until people realize they are the temple. So we are the temple. We are the living library of all this information. And the more that we access it, the more that we get to unlock it and we get to know more of ourselves. So, for example, I will use myself because I know me. And I impulsively get tattoos. Like, for some reason, I don't have a lot. I only have 3. But for some reason, I will like have this vision of the tattoo on my body and not know what it means, and just be like, hey, I need this. And specifically, I have this one that I had kind of no idea why I got that. I don't know. For a while, I was like, I just like it. And recently, because I do a lot of this work, I understood that this is the phi symbol, the f in the F, the F or phi, or in Greek, and that is how I realized that my experience in Greece for 8 months, that was in a city that started with the same letter, and everybody was like, oh, you're meant to be here, blah blah blah. Well, it was a karma past life thing. And it goes back to the oracles at Delphi, and I have these memories, and I know a lot of people have these memories, but I just have these such vivid memories of me being in a circle of oracles, and we go around and do these practices, and oracles back then were channelers of Gaia, right? And that's what I do now, and I work so closely with Gaia that it just makes sense that this is natural for me to do. And this tattoo was a reminder. Now I understand it, of where I came from, and that's why it's behind me. That's why I don't see it, is that it is my past. That's where I came from. Ties to Greece, ties to oracles, ties to sisterhood, and like tripping out together. Like that's something that I have just really strong memories of, and certain methods of doing that. And so putting that together has made a lot of sense for me. And it came as I started to unlock my DNA. I started to unlock my story. I would watch a documentary and be like, whoa, that is like exactly the information I needed to know. Or I'd find a researcher and they have the exact information I need to know. Or, you know, I talk to somebody and they bring it up. Or I look at my past art. I do a lot of collages. And they tell me a lot, like I just kind of channel when I do them. And then I look back and I'm like, whoa, okay, this is this, and I got it now. But I've gone back further, and I know why I love the ocean so much. I know why I love the color blue so much. I know why, like all of these things that you love and come from your heart are from your past lives. So if you, there's a ton of starseed origins, but this really helps with unlocking your DNA. If you're somebody like me, you love the water, you love salt water, you love blue, you love Isis, you love Osiris, you are probably a Sirian starseed and from Sirius B, and unlocking that has allowed me to unlock a lot of information for myself. And at first I was like, oh my god, I want to go back to my blue planet, and it's like, no, the reason was that I had achieved what I needed to achieve on that planet, and taught the things that I needed to teach, did the things I needed to do, and that's why I'm here now to do the same thing, because each of us living here has already achieved everything else we've needed to, so that we could come here and integrate that with Gaia, with Earth, with Gaia Sophia, because we need to do that. And we do that by living our most perfect self-expression, and we unlock our DNA to find that. And obviously there's a ton of ways to find it, but I just find unlocking your DNA is like a really good start. And this takes years. Like this could take months, could take whatever. I've been doing this for at least 1 solid year, probably 1.5 of like actually consciously doing things to unlock my DNA. So it's very important that we do this, because it brings these memories to where we can actually use them now. And that's the reason for our expression here, is to express those traits of ourselves. So one of the first and probably the best way that I know how to do this is with your water. So water, amazing. Sirius blue, I love my blue bottle. Water is incredible. Water is programmable. The same way that our reality is programmable, all the air around us is programmable. Water just holds it so well, and you can see it. And if you haven't seen it before, look up Dr. Emoto water experiment, and you'll see of just speaking love to your water, it becomes like a beautiful snowflake is what it looks like, the crystals. And when you don't do that, or you speak negatively, it becomes like really ugly crystals, like crystals that don't grow well, and they grow like really lopsided and stuff. So you can see that with water, that it takes your intention and it takes whatever's being programmed into it, and it doesn't take a lot to program. So the affirmation that I like for unlocking your DNA, I have it written down, it's included in my Instagram post, but saying to your water, like literally, holy water, show me how I can unlock more of my DNA so I may know myself fully and live in my perfect self-expression for this lifetime. It is done. Thank you. And then you drink your water. And then what that does is, because we are like 2/3 water at least, this water goes into our body, into our DNA, and literally does its job and unlocks it. But what it also does is your body becomes programmed with this intention as well, and then your intuition and your nudges and life will bring you the information that you need. So somebody will like hand you a book and it'll be exactly what you need to move forward. Or you know, you spend time with a random friend that you haven't seen in a while and they tell you something you need to know. Like those are the kind of ways that you get to unlock your DNA, and that's why you gotta be patient. I'm like the queen of impatience, I get it. And that, because it takes time. Water shows you the way in a perfect flow and works with your higher self to bring it to you gently, to bring it to you in a way that you can hold the information, that you can actually use it, because that's the point, is for you to use it and then to move forward from it. If you're just thrown into something and you think it's your perfect self-expression to be like super famous and an actress or something, and you know, you ask for this and then the next day you're shooting like a super high budget movie, like that's overwhelming. You need to learn in order to sustain these things. And that's what water does, and that's what water shows you. Something else you can do is literally like just writing a piece of page. You don't even have to talk to your water, but I love talking to my water because I have a relationship with my water. But you can literally just stick a piece of paper on here or put it on top of a piece of paper that says, this is crystalline DNA activating water. It becomes it and it activates your crystalline DNA. Like that's how easy it is. And that's why I really dislike how there's so many secrets, because everything is easy. Like these kinds of things, to unlock our holiness, to unlock our codes, is meant to be easy because we're meant to do it in this lifetime. And I don't know, I get so upset that there's like secrets about it, because I don't think any of that should be secret. And I think it should be very public and very accessible information. You can just use your intention also to unlock your DNA. And you can, what I like to do is I like to write down my intentions and put it on my wall so that I see it and my consciousness kind of interacts with it more. But you can literally just say to yourself, like just hold your body and say, thank you, body, for carrying me here. I now ask in tandem with my higher self to unlock my crystalline DNA and to fully activate my divine blueprint for being here. And when you do that, your body answers and listens, and your higher self answers and listens. And the thing that's why it's so easy is because our higher self really, you know, has this better perspective than being down here. And it's still us, like that is us. And when we give it permission, it's like, whew, okay, let's go. But because of free will is so important that your higher self, your guides, nobody will override that for you. So you need to ask for it. And that's it. It's like as soon as you ask, all of the divine gears get spinning and just go here. But we need to get out of the way of that, and just ask, because that is our power. That is our creative power, is to ask and let it happen, because that is how miracles happen, period. Meditation is also something that's really good. And what you can do in meditation, if you are good at visualizing, you can just go in, like visualize your awareness going into your body, going into a DNA strand. And if you see it first as carbon, as like kind of a little bit gray, a little bit harder, you can just, your observation is all that is needed. You can just say, I now command that you unlock into the full crystalline divine potential that I am. And it's just like everything falls off. And then you can just ask for this to be grounded and turned back into love. And that's what Gaia does. She does that very well. It's the same reason why trees take our carbon dioxide and turn it into oxygen. Natural transmutation. It's meant for us because we are perfect, and we are meant to express ourselves as that perfect self-expression. And our DNA is a huge part of that. And even just watching this video, and will start to unlock your DNA, because it guides your higher self's awareness. And this is a huge first step for doing that kind of work, is learning about it, learning the different things you can do. Crystals also are really good. You can program your crystals and say, hey, please help me unlock my crystalline DNA. There's so many things you can do. I think water is my favorite though, because I just love to picture water going into my cells and hydrating my DNA. Because I don't know, I'm just such a water person. I come from Sirius, like I know that. And that is a water place. And it's just so natural for me to have that kind of flow in water to unlock my DNA. But it's probably something else for you. But water is programmable and it's very easy to use. And I think it's a great start for this. I am going to lead you through a meditation. I'm just going to stop filming for a second, so there's just going to be a little cut here. So yes, this meditation, the intention is to guide your awareness so that you can continue doing this on your own. So yeah, let's do the meditation. All right, so let's get into this meditation. I do want to say that if you want your water to be programmed during this, or any crystals, anything like that to be programmed, just have your water with you, I would suggest, like a glass of water or a bottle. And then any crystals that you want to pick up this frequency, just have them in your area. And that's literally all it takes to program stuff too, is because when we do work like this, it becomes our field and our energetic field around us. And then when other things are placed in that field, they pick up the vibration of it, and they will resonate at that same frequency. So, disclaimer, if you're not going to close your eyes, I would suggest that you can if you want, but I would suggest that you don't watch me because my eyes are like super creepy when I do these meditations. They just kind of roll back into my head. If you want to watch, go for it, but just a fair warning there. So let's get started. I'm just going to ask that if you feel comfortable to get into a comfortable position. Anywhere is good, anywhere is well. If you're sitting, laying down, that's all good. If you're leaning, just make sure that you're comfortable. And now I just ask that you close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you too. And I'm just going to take you through a round of deep belly breaths. So I'm going to count with you, but I want you to breathe into your belly and make your belly big when you breathe in as much as you can, and then we'll hold it and then we'll release. So let's start to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and release. Breathe in, make the belly big. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold, big belly. 2, 3, 4, and release. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold with your big belly. 2, 3, 4, and release. And one last time, breathe in, making your belly really big. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and release. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now just let your breath go back to normal. And I want you to know that if you follow along with these visualizations, that's great, but it's not necessary for your conscious awareness. All that's necessary is for you to be open and receptive. So let's start by setting an intention. And the intention here for this meditation is to work with our higher selves and our own guides, with our own version of God, with Gaia, to go deep into our own DNA that exists now within our body, to unlock our full crystalline divine potential within our DNA. As we set the intention, it is already done. It is done, it is done, it is done. Now that we've just set a quick intention, and you know that this healing is happening whether you visualize it or not, I'm just going to ask that you, to the best of your ability, visualize a healing white bubble all around you. You are inside this healing white bubble. And outside of that healing white bubble, there is a beautiful divine gold bubble. So right now you're inside these two bubbles. And to the best of your ability, I just want you to notice that this gold light that's on the outside circle is starting to flow its energy into the crown of your head. And this is a beautiful golden radiant energy, and it just feels so good in your body. And as this space opens up into at the top of your bubble, into your crown chakra, just notice that this gold energy is flowing down from that center, down from the outer circle into your crown chakra. And this gold energy is healing and helps you relax even further into your own divine potential. And it travels down your head, your forehead, your eyes, relaxes your nose, relaxes your jaw, clears your ears, goes out the back of your neck, goes down your chin, relaxes your teeth from clenching, goes down your neck, and relaxes your neck here, this beautiful golden energy. And this golden energy then goes down to your shoulders, releases any tension here. And this golden energy continues to go down your arms, your upper arms, your elbows, clears any tension in the elbows and spirals it perfectly. And this golden energy continues down your arms until it exits your hands with beautiful golden glow, golden orbs coming out of your hand. And this white light continues to travel down your chest and your back, down your abdomen, both in front and on your back. And this golden light continues to go down your torso, and it goes down to your pelvic floor, clearing anything here that does not serve you. And this golden energy then starts to go down your legs, goes down your thighs, front and back, reaches your knees and clears anything here that needs to be cleared. And then the golden energy goes down your calves, your shins, your ankles, goes out of your toes, and then goes down out of the bottom of your feet. And out of the bottom of your feet, you may notice that there's little doors here for this to exit your body. And as this goes out, just notice that this goes out down into the golden circle again that is surrounding you. And it exits here, and then you can watch it exit from your feet and shoot back up around you in this bubble, and then goes back to the top and goes through your body again, where you are in the center of this torus field of gold. Inside also your white bubble. What a beautiful place to be, and how good you feel, so relaxed. Perfect setting for us to go into your DNA. And as you're feeling relaxed in this golden bubble, you notice that your body is the same gold energy. You are gold. I just want you to notice that your heart is calling your attention. Your heart chakra, the space in the middle of your chest, in your breastbone. This is the chakra that bridges the lower chakras to the upper chakras. It's where you have your angel wings at the back. And your heart knows everything. Your heart knows the way. Your heart has many neurons in it, just like your brain. And with your awareness here, I just want you to notice that your heart is calling you inside of it. And that there's a little door here into this area in your body. And I just want your awareness to go into this door and just notice that you are in your own heart center. How fabulous it is, how golden it is, such luxury, such power here, such divinity. And as you are in this golden heart of yours, I want you to notice that there is a pedestal in the middle of your heart. And on this pedestal, there is a piece of your DNA spinning so sacred. However long it looks is exactly right for you. And I just want you to notice that as your awareness is here, your astral body is here inside of your heart center. And as your astral body is here, I want you to notice that you are flanked by two angels. The angel to your left is your angel of activation, and the angel to your right is your angel of grace. This is a graceful activation, and what that means is that it unfolds like a flower over time to be beautiful in a perfect way for you. These angels are always with you, and they live inside of your own heart. You can access them whenever you need. And I just want you to notice that they are walking you over to this pedestal in the center of your heart, where your DNA is. And they point to you that this DNA still has its carbon casing on it. And that's perfect, because it is your job to unlock this. And that's why you're here now. And as you look, I just want you to notice that these angels are with you, and they're showing you your DNA, and they're guiding your feet, your movement. You are completely safe here, and you know it. And you feel it, and you are it. I just want you to notice that these angels are pointing to your DNA. And when you follow where they point with your awareness, as soon as you do, the carbon casing on your DNA is completely dissolved back into the same golden energy that surrounds us in your heart, that you are. Back to pure divinity, back to pure love. I want you to follow the angels' hands as they point your awareness around your DNA spiral. And as your awareness follows their hands and their gestures, your DNA is completely being unlocked, and this carbon casing is almost all gone now, just with your awareness. And what's underneath this carbon casing is a beautiful crystalline DNA that is glimmering and shining. It looks like diamond, as if your DNA was made of diamond. It can be whatever color you see, but it's sparkling and shimmering, and you know that it's special. And as this is fully revealed to you in its full crystalline diamond shininess, brilliance that is you, I just want you to notice that the two angels you're with are now, one is in front of you and one's on the other side, and you're forming a triangle around this pedestal of your DNA that is fully crystalline now. And as you are in this triangle, you are truth, you are love, and you are beauty. And as truth, love, beauty is activated with you and these angels, all of your DNA matches this crystalline DNA by the power of resonance, by the power of vibration. It is so, it is declared that all of your DNA be now fully crystalline, and that you may know your true divinity because it is being downloaded to you as we speak. Your new operating system is your own divinity. There is nothing else for you because it's all that you are and all that there is around you, and you are a part of it. You are it. And this is how miracles happen. Your higher self knows that you needed to be exactly here in this moment to move you forward in life, to unlock your full potential, to know your past lives, to know how they apply to this life so you may move forward with grace, ease, truth, beauty, love, all your own divinity. And how amazing is that? By the power of three, a perfect trinity, it is done. Your angels step back to flank you on your sides, and they honor you. They honor you for taking the time to be here, to be in this moment, to do this work. Is so powerful. Is so special for you, and it's exactly what you need right now. And they want you to know that they are always with you, that they are always accessible. And they walk you back over to the door where you entered in this golden sacred heart cave of yours, where your DNA is now fully activated and crystalline. And they walk you over to the door and they say, "We'll see you again. We are with you always. As soon as you tune into us, we are there because we are always there. It is your awareness that must be resonating to feel them. But they are always there, and they always will be there, and they will always guide you. And as this promise is sealed on your heart, and you know that your DNA is now activated and you have this divinity within you, it is your new operating system. Your higher self is making it so through this meditation. It is done, it is done, it is done. And that is all that's needed. And your angels escort you out of this door. And you notice that you are back in your full body here, fully gold and sparkly still, now knowing, feeling, honoring your divinity, receiving the fullness of you, the fullness of yourself, so you may fully express it here while you are here, because that's the purpose. That's the reason for this earth, for its existence, is for the expression of you. And just know that this is sealed in this healing circle of white light, in this healing circle of gold light, in the gold light that you are. You have activated your crystalline DNA today, and you've received so much more of yourself today, and that is a beautiful thing. I just want you to take a moment to honor yourself for this work, for this power, for this amazing ability that you have to do this work. I thank you for being here. It is beautiful, and it is love. Now you can start to wiggle your toes, your hands, come back into your body a little bit, and open your eyes whenever you feel ready. Wow. Oh my God. That was like, I had tears the whole time. Wow, that was a really beautiful meditation. I've never experienced that in that way before, in this place with the two angels and the pedestal. And wow, it was really profound for me. So thank you for going there with me, because that was really beautiful. And it's just so amazing, all the things that we can do and things we can see. Well, I hope you enjoyed activating your DNA as much as I enjoyed activating more of my own DNA with you, because that's what happens when this work happens, is, you know, we all benefit. Such a beautiful thing. Well, I love you, and I will talk to you later.